Today we're gonna be reacting to a Zack defense clone, but there's two things here. They have Roblox animations and they have true horror stories that you might not want to hear. Needster explains. Let's see if they're better than Zack films.
A man lived his entire life inside a VR world, convinced his father was a monster for trapping him in a simulation. You see, his father told him the real world was
Bro, this is literally the granny's map, y'all.
too corrupt and that it would ruin his innocence.
Grandma's
so for
granny's
20
map.
years, he lived in a digital paradise of blue skies and green grass. He only heard his father's struggles in the real world, growing bitter that he was being kept from the beauty of the planet. On his 20th birthday, the battery
Wait, now looking at this, y'all, bro, this is literally what's gonna happen in 2050 or in the year 3000, where we all live in the digital world. In the digital world, it's gonna have all nice and pretty colors. You can do everything creative mode, whatever. But in real life, oh, you're fat, you're slob, you're disgusting, you stink. I can see it happening.
finally died. Overjoyed, he ripped the headset off, ready to see the world, but a shiver went down his spine. The world wasn't
Granny
beautiful.
map.
There were no trees and no sky. The planet had been scorched by war decades ago. His father wasn't hiding the beauty from him. The reason the battery died was because his father never came back from the toxic wasteland. He had spent his life breathing poison just to find enough power for that headset, making sure his son was the only person left on Earth who still knew what the color blue looked like.
What? Yo, W dad though. Hey, yo, that's actually sentimental, y'all. See, look, I thank goodness I wasn't the only one, bro. Not the basement from Granny.
A man burned down the only bridge to his private island, only to realize he just trapped himself in a literal death trap. You see,
Yo, this guy like restarted, bro. You burned the only bridge to your island.
the man was a paranoid millionaire. A young hiker arrived at the bridge, begging to cross because a massive mountain storm was coming. The man called him a thief.
Okay, bro, a massive mountain storm, right? But you have this island. So you're telling me literally that massive mountain storm or whatever literally stopped right here, bro? Like, what are we thinking?
The man called him a thief, poured gasoline on the wooden planks, and set them on fire just to watch him walk away. The hiker vanished into the dark woods, unable to reach safety. But an hour later, the storm hit. A massive tree crashed through the man's roof, pinning him to the floor. He reached for his emergency phone, but the storm had knocked out the cell tower. The only person in the world who knew he was on that island was the hiker he just chased away. He spent the night screaming into the wind, but no one could hear him. He destroyed the only path the rescue team could have used to find him before it was too late.
You see, look at him. This is why you don't have these intentions, y'all. Don't think you're the best and all that. Hey, someone out there could save your life. Don't have an ego. This is what he's trying to tell us, y'all. So far, after watching 2 videos, Noobster explains, this guy's pretty good, but that's only 2 videos we watched.
A boy lived 18 years with a blindfold permanently tied to his face, convinced his mother was a paranoid monster who stole his right to see the world.
Nah.
You see, for nearly 2 decades, she never let him touch the cloth. She told him that looking at the world would cost him his soul. He grew bitter, listening to her move through the house in absolute silence. He believed she was a tyrant, keeping him in the dark just so she could control him. On his 18th birthday, he finally snapped. He waited for her to go to sleep and ripped the blindfold
Yo, wait, what?
off, ready to finally see the sun, but a shiver went down.
Wait, just realized this guy was blindfolded for 18 years. Like, what? He's not Gojo Satoru, bro.
Spine. There was no sun. The world was
Oh, are those entities?
infested with entities that only exist when you look at them. The moment he opened his eyes, they all looked back. He screamed as a shadow reached for his throat, but his mother was already there. She didn't yell. She didn't blame him. She threw herself into the path of the monster, staring it directly in the face to draw its attention away, giving her son one last second to put the blindfold back on.
bro.
She died as a monster in his eyes, just to make sure he could live another day.
Wait, yo, nah. Yo, W mom, bro. All she wanted was just to have the son be safe from the entities. Now, I be like that, bro. I swear, like, our parents, they be telling us things that we don't want to hear, but at the end of the day, they're just trying to save us. You know what I mean? They're just trying to help us. Not gonna lie, though, that's actually depressing. I can't lie with you. Yo, 18 years without seeing colors? Oh, hell nah, bro. Like, y'all gotta realize, like, we are so fortunate to be able to see, bro. Like, imagine a blind watching this video, if they could.
He was kept awake for 30 days in a secret experiment, only to turn into a monster so unrecognizable that it was no longer human. You see, in 1947, researchers used an experimental gas to keep 3 subjects awake for a full month inside a sealed chamber. For the first 5 days, they felt fine, but by day 9, the screaming started. They stopped talking
This is so bad too, because I'm pretty sure the less you sleep, the more you actually age. I think.
to each other and began whispering into the microphones, paranoid and broken. On the 15th day, the researchers finally turned off the gas to end the nightmare. But the subjects didn't want to leave. They screamed in terror, begging for the gas to be turned back on. When the doors finally opened, the researchers found something too horrific to ever go public. They had torn themselves apart, becoming unrecognizable creatures that could no longer survive in the light. They didn't want to sleep because they knew that the moment they closed their eyes, the monster they had become was the only thing left.
Yo, that's actually hella scary, bro. Wait, is this actually real? If this is real, this just makes this channel so much crazier. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. This Russian experience is to keep soldiers awake during war and it's creepy pasta. Is this it? I think if I search this in Google, it's stupid. Oh my gosh, Russian sleep. Oh, hell nah. This is actually real. It's a viral internet horror story. It claims... Bro, it claims? Are you freaking serious? Is it real, though? Is it real? It's not real. But it's still a theory. So, I still gotta give props to Noobster Explains, because anytime you have the real factor into a story or a horror story, it just makes things, like, way crazier. It's like how scary movies be like, before even the movie starts, based on a true story. Normally, I look at that and, like, don't care because it's been, like, repeated so many times. But we're talking Noobster Explains here. And this experiment, oh, hell no.
A man was kept in total darkness for 30 days in a secret military test, only to turn into a predator that was no longer human. You see...
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, but I gotta share this, bro. Yo, there's literally a freaking giant ass... Yo, low-key, guys, I live in the back rooms. And so, yo, I don't know if you can see this, bro. Look at this. There's like a... Bro, if y'all see that right there, bro, that doesn't look big on the camera. But, bro, this thing is so freaking scary, bro. You see that right there, bro? Y'all see that? Look at the size of that thing, bro. Hold up. I just have to share this because I'm literally could die at any moment. Your boy is a wussy when it comes to bugs. And I can't even kill it because, bro, that thing is so far away. So that thing could fly at me at any time. So if you ever see me literally just like looking to the side, that's me checking if that thing is gone.
In 1949, researchers wanted to see if the human eye could
Shutting gun?
to see in the dark. They locked the subject in a
that's
light-proof
actually
room
cool.
with 0 outside contact. For the first week, he was perfectly fine. But by day 10, the screaming stopped. His skin started turning a translucent, sickly white. And he began clawing at the walls, claiming he could hear the light moving behind the wall.
Wait, do I swear? Like, us humans can literally turn into straight-up psychotic monsters from horror movies. I'm not even joking. Scratching the wall? Like, bro, this is so crazy. This is literally a movie plot right here. Putting humans into the freaking, I don't know, lab experiment, whatever you want to do, and just make them go crazy. Just because you want information.
On the 30th day, the researchers finally turned on the lights to end the experiment, but the subject didn't want to be saved. He let out a deafening screech as his skin began to bubble and melt under the artificial glow. His eyes had grown to twice their normal size, and his teeth had sharpened into jagged needles. He wasn't a man anymore. He was a deep-sea monster trapped in a human body. He killed the first 3 guards who entered, not out of hate, but because to his new eyes...
Yo, what is this? This can't be real. I don't believe this.
They were the only things that looked like food.
Of course, in 1930s and 40s, everything was so cruel then. Bro, I'm not joking. This comment is so true. I've learned that Japanese people during World War I or World War II literally pushed the limits of humans. They literally experimented on humans and they did everything they could. And I'm talking about everything. They literally limit tested humans. And when you really think what I just said, that means they experiment how much they can inflict pain on the humans until they die. That's just wow. But that's just humans at the end of the day, bro. We are pretty crazy. All right, 5 videos into Noobster Explains, and I'm gonna say, bro, this is like a combination of his story but true stories. You know what I mean? Because like these stories are pretty scary, but they're real. But we gotta keep watching to really see if they're better than Zack films.
A man parked his supercar in the middle of a narrow bridge just to take a photo, only to realize he just signed his own death warrant. You see, he was a viral influencer who thought he owned the world. An ambulance arrived behind him, sirens screaming, begging him to move so they could reach the hospital. The man laughed, filmed the frustrated driver, and told them to...
This is Jack Doherty, y'all. What are we doing here, bruv?
Wait for the king to finish his shot.
Wait for the king.
Ambulance was forced to turn around and take a 20-minute detour. But an hour later, karma came to collect. The man suffered a heart attack and collapsed. His friends called 911, but the nearest ambulance was the exact same one he had just blocked. Because of the detour he caused, they were 10 miles away when his heart finally stopped. He told the ambulance that he is the king, only to realize that even a king can't survive a 20-minute detour.
Damn, bro. Honestly, get out, bro. That sound effect was needed for this video, bro. Another lesson learned, y'all. Don't let the ego overtake you because something like this could very much happen to you. Holy main character syndrome. That's the word I'm looking for.
A young boy spent 10 years calling his dead father, but he had no idea his father was actually listening. Every night at 7
Yo, father, bro. Father. Well, why, yo, father, bro. Why'd you have to get the milk and then listen to his calls, y'all?
p.m., an elderly man picked up the phone. On the other end, a little boy would talk for hours about his school.
Oh, bro, look at bro. Hold up. Bro, look at bro, man. Bro is just jolly wally, a bundle of sunshine, and now the dad is just not there for him.
About his school, his dreams, and how much he missed his dad. The man knew it was a wrong number, but he never had the heart to tell him. He just listened. Over a decade, they shared a bond that neither could explain, until one night the phone stayed silent. Worried, the man used the caller ID and rushed to the boy's house, only to find a mother in tears. She told him her son had finally passed away from a weak heart, and that he spent his final breaths calling his dad in heaven. But here is the truth. 10 years ago, that woman's husband had saved the old man's life by becoming his heart donor. The boy wasn't calling a stranger. He was calling his father's actual heartbeat, and it was the only thing keeping them both alive.
Wow.
They killed a billionaire for building a secret wall around his private island, only to realize he was the only one that can save them. You see, the world...
Bro, what is this stuff like? Just like ego, conflict stuff? I don't know where I'm going with this, but like there's always like, from the story so far, bro, it's like people's egos making them have wrong decisions, y'all. I mean, that's normal, but like, damn.
was convinced he was hiding something dark. He bought a private island and built massive walls that no one was allowed to see. Rumors spread about ulterior motives. The public rage grew until a mob finally stormed the island to expose his secrets. They broke into his mansion and ended his life. But as he fell, the blueprint in his hand hit the floor. It wasn't a record of his secrets.
What is it?
It was a manual override for a massive seawall system. He knew a catastrophic flood was coming. He wasn't building a prison for himself. He was building a dam for the entire coastline. Without him, no one was able to prevent the catastrophic event. He wasn't a monster. He was a protector, and they killed
So I'm talking about, bro. We humans are literally crazy.
him just to watch the water swallow them all.
Wait, and these are real. Holy snap. What is up with these kids just thinking, hey, you know what? Let's just break through this guy's walls, go to his island, go to his house, and be like, you know what? You look suspicious because of my brain, and I'm gonna kill you. What?
A daughter lived her entire life inside a dark basement.
Not this again, bro. Not this experiment again. We already seen what happened when scientists experiment on people for this exact same reason. Let's see what happens to her.
Convinced her mother was a monster for trapping her in the shadows. You see, for 18 years, the girl lived in total isolation. Her mother kept the windows boarded and the door triple locked, never letting her...
Triple locked. But I'm sure, I'm not even joking, bro. I'm sure someone out there in the world is experiencing this right now. That is tragic.
See the outside world. The girl believed she was a prisoner of greed, because every time she cried, her tears turned into solid diamonds.
Hold on now. Oh, no, go. Solid diamonds. I'm gonna find you. Let me find you, and I'll take you to the nicest restaurants and come over, bro. Cause give me the.
And her mother would collect them without saying a word.
Oh, okay, that's our mother, bro.
But she didn't know the truth. When the girl was born, the intelligence service discovered her gift. They didn't want to protect her. They wanted to abduct her and turn her miracle into a weapon.
Part of
the mother
humans.
knew the only way to save her was to make her disappear. She wasn't farming a fortune. She was hiding a target. The night the daughter finally broke the locks to escape, the house was raided. As the soldiers closed in, the mother didn't run. She threw herself into the line of fire, protecting her daughter one last time as the house went up in flames. She died a villain in her daughter's eyes, just to buy her a life where her tears would never be stolen again.
Running in Brookhaven or something like that. Yo, that's tragic, man. Hey, you know, to my point earlier in the video, bro, sometimes our parents tell us things we don't want to hear, but at the end of the day, they're just trying to save us.
Have you ever seen those tiny, transparent worms floating in your eyes? Only for them to vanish the second you try to look at them. You aren't seeing ghosts, and your eyes aren't broken. Before I explain why.
I swear, whatever it is, I feel like he's talking about like the little eye boogers in our eyelashes. Because what do you mean translucent worms, bro? Like
and subscribe
or maybe there's like bacteria in our eyes. I don't know. What's the answer?
right now. Or
Guest 666 will be at the foot of your bed tonight.
these are called
Oh, okay. Well, what was that, bro? Was that necessary?
eye floaters. They aren't actually
Eye
on your
floaters?
eye. They are inside it. They're tiny clumps of protein casting shadows on your retina. You're literally seeing the shadows of stuff floating inside your own eyeball. Your brain usually filters them out until you start paying attention.
Eye floaters. We're searching this up because I don't believe it, bro. Eye floaters. Oh my god, Chase. What? Is this what it looks like? What the frick? Do y'all have eye floaters? I don't know. Yo, I think to really prove if you have eye floaters, I think maybe like squint or something like that. Hey, test it out right now. Bro, I look stupid, but like I only see like my eyelashes because your boy has like Loki has like crazy eyelash. What am I doing, bro? Let's get back to the video.
This woman called the police on her neighbor's barking dog every single day, only to realize that annoying noise was the only thing keeping her safe. You see, she was an elderly woman obsessed over silence. She hated the dog next door and complained until the city finally took the animal away.
Let me guess. The lady that's mad takes the life of the animal, and now the animal was actually trying to save the whoever. And since the animal's gone, the lady that killed the animal, something happens to her.
That evening, she sat in her quiet living room, finally proud of the peace she had won.
there it
But
is,
she
yep.
didn't know what was watching from the street. For weeks, a mysterious white van had parked in front of her house every night at midnight. The men inside were waiting for the perfect moment to break in, but every time they opened their doors, the neighbor's dog would go crazy, alerting the entire block. The night the
Holy
dog was taken, the
Brookhaven.
van returned. She sat in her silent house, unaware that the noise she hated was the only reason she was still
Bro did a little, hold on. You saw that? Look at
unaware
her
that
head.
the
Look at her
noise she hated was the only
guys, are they there? Yo.
reason she was still safe. She didn't silence a nuisance. She got rid of her only protector.
What happens, bro? Hey, things happen for a reason, and you shouldn't. Well, I was going to say, like, you shouldn't remove the... What the frick am I saying? Y'all, bro, this damn bug is still there, bro. Like, ask ChatGPT what it is. It's a moth, but still. I hate bugs, y'all. They be jumpy and glittery, bro. Like, bro, screw bugs. But they don't, apparently, they don't hurt humans.
A man built a 1,000-volt electric fence around the only water well in town, only to watch his entire life turn to ash because of it. You see, during the hottest summer in history, the city's water went completely dry. An elderly firefighter arrived at the man's gate, begging to connect a hose to the private well. The man laughed, called him a leech and turned the
Oh my
power on the
gosh.
fence to maximum. He sat on his
Maximum. What does bro do? His ego is gonna get the best of him. I can already tell. I already know the format of Noobsters Explains videos, y'all.
porch, drinking ice-cold water while the town withered away. But then, his own mansion caught fire. A short circuit in the fence started a blaze in the dry grass. The fire department arrived in seconds, but
But
their
guess what? But they have no water.
tanks were empty. They stood at the gate with dry hoses, unable to cross
Dry hoses.
the
Why did they
electric
come in the
wire
first
he refused
place?
to turn off. He watched his fortune burn, while standing next to a well he wouldn't share. He wasn't protecting his resource. He was building a wall that kept his own salvation out.
Yeah, look at bro's face, bro. Definitely deserve. There you guys have it. Is Noobster Explains better than Zack films? I would say yes, but for his specific stories that he created, because he creates crazy stories that are actually true. If you guys want to see more content like this, click this video here.